Hey guys, this video is from our latest Rick and Johnny podcast. Make sure to check out the full podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Rick and Johnny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Johnny and I had fun recording it. But Johnny, we got to move on into our next topic, and we have two trailers that we're reacting to here on the Rick and Johnny podcast. You have the shirt on, you have the gauntlets on. For this segment, we are talking and reacting to the Thor Ragnarok trailer that came out this week. And you know what, Johnny? I'm excited. You want to know why I'm excited?
Why?
We know each other. He's a friend from work. He's a friend from work. Just this movie,
man.
The first thing that I'll say that I reacted to it was the fact that, like, not just the color, but the atmosphere, the vibe, maybe it was having the immigrant song in the background.
Yeah.
It felt like a Guardians trailer, like a Guardians 1 trailer.
Yeah, it felt just like it. It actually feels like Guardians 2 trailers that have been coming out. And you know what? It's a lot different than any of the Thor and any of the main Marvel Avengers movies we've seen because it's got all the color and it lets Chris Hemsworth be a funny guy like we know he can be. So, I mean, I'm super excited, especially if we get, I hope kind of we get the immigrant song in there too, just now.
I don't know where they would actually fit it into the, like, Guardians of the Galaxy was able to fit it in because of the awesome mix.
Well, you don't need to actually have it as part of the movie like the awesome mix was, where it actually incorporated itself into, hey, this music's playing on my headphones or it's playing in the ship. You can just have it in the background for some scene.
Hey, don't touch that. That's mine. That's mine. We're not going to get one of those scenes in this.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Kind of. He does get attacked by that electrical net.
That was awesome. Hey, how you guys doing? They look at him and then
So friendly. Oh, hey, how's it going? Like,
he's
wait,
just
wow.
down in an electric net. But you know who else I was really excited for in this? Hela.
Oh, that
when she turned and it was the full helmet,
the headdress and everything.
I was like, oh my God, we got it. Like I had to click back and watch it again just to see.
It's the headdress.
Gauntlet.
It's the darkness of her costume. It's the darkness of the atmosphere and the slow turn.
Yeah,
the reveal what she looks like.
Turning all black because of the shadow of it. I'm like, oh man.
I'm sorry. Oh my Odin.
Oh my Odin. This is going to be amazing. But also in a scene that blew your mind, I'm sorry, Johnny, but it looks like we don't need that anymore.
Yeah, you know what?
Cracked it in half, blew it to infinity.
That blew my mind more than anything. She's just holding it like that. She smiles at Thor.
Boom, and blows it up.
Yeah, just explosion of whatever powers it from the inside it looked like. So, I mean, that was just...
Bye-bye Mjolnir. Mjolnir.
I like having him try and say it one more time.
Mjolnir.
Close.
It's like a cat. I kind of sound like a cat. Mjolnir.
You're just basically going to Darcy it. Mew Mew.
Mew Mew. Mew Mew. Oh, it's Mew Mew.
Hey, Mew Mew.
Mew 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 Mew. The meow mix.
Yeah, I mean, I love, and it was actually a fairly short trailer from what I feel like. It blew
But it was
by.
awesome. It was
amazing. I love the colors. Jeff Goldblum is in it now.
The Grandmaster.
What do you have for me?
He's going to be a funny character.
I think so,
I feel
too.
like he is. And also we get a shot of Loki where he's got two daggers. And basically, I think that scene is he's walking in while Hela's just reaping shit. And she's like, Asgard is no more. Shink! And her sword comes out.
Yeah.
That's where Loki's like, yeah, I'm a badass. What up? What up?
Yeah, his weapon of choice.
Really, are you a badass, Loki? Because it's one of those things where, hey, while she's leading the charge, I'm going to act all badass with my headdress and my little knives.
Yeah, the thing is, the question of that, though, is he working with Hela or is he working against? Because remember,
I think at that point, it's one of those things where, hey, I'm bringing you into Asgard, and then Hela's going to turn on him.
Yeah,
because later on we see well, we didn't see him in this trailer, but there have been pictures of him and Thor looking for Odin.
Yeah,
in the real world.
Well, the other thing is because he is
Hobo Odin.
Hobo Odin.
Hoboden.
I like it. Hashtag Hoboden.
Hoboden.
But what I would like to throw out to you is he's in charge of Asgard. So why, unless he was trying to do some plan with Hela, brought her in to talk to her, and she just like, fuck you, I'm just going to mess everything up now.
So you think that might be the ending where him and Thor are trying to take it back?
Well, no, I don't say that. I mean, because remember, like, before that happens...
Loki is there with the Grandmaster.
Yeah, but also Loki's basically everywhere. Let's be honest, he's everywhere.
Except with Taylor Swift. Ooh, I'm sorry, Tom. Ooh, too soon.
Damn.
Too soon.
Damn, that was harsh.
Too soon. Was that too soon?
I don't know.
Keep going.
Maybe. So what I was gonna say is, I think that might be that scene, like kind of early mid-movie-ish, where she comes to Asgard and said Asgard's dead, the whole fire thing comes, but you have the army standing right there. So obviously there's got to be some sort of more of a fight
Some kind of
scene.
hostile takeover.
Yeah, it's got to be some more so a fight scene. So you got the whole army there. You got Loki coming up with his two knives because that's his signature thing for some reason. Instead of his staff he had that he did a lot more killing with. Oh, no, never mind. He did about the same amount of killing. But so I think that might be more of a he tries to fight and it does not work out. And obviously it's Loki. He's going to flee as opposed to laying his life on the line.
Also, another thing we see in this trailer, we've talked about it before. You guys can go check it out on our channel. We've talked about where's the soul gem. We think the soul gem
We're supposed to
is going
possibly
to
get
be in this
now.
movie. And one thing that we see is someone who looks like Heimdall, that's not dressed like Heimdall.
He's even got long hair this time.
But he's got those silver irises. Not the
Orange.
silver, the orange irises.
Yeah.
He's got those
Like the
orange
copper
ones.
orange irises.
Like the soul stone.
Yeah, exactly. And that was something that we watched on earlier is that, like you said, Vision has the yellow iris for the yellow stone.
In
So
Guardians, the power stone maybe.
gave them purple, either when it was Peter Quill that had it or Ronan.
The Tesseract blue.
Yeah, that's right. When you got taken over the Tesseract and made it blue.
And then the Aether was the red eyes.
Yes, that's right.
So we've got all of them giving. So Heimdall
you can have hints of it in the eye, I guess.
Heimdall A has to have the soul stone, and B, what we saw in the trailer has to be him, where it's just sword and you see like those orange irises.
Yeah, because they are prominent. And not to mention, I mean, we like he said, we have it in an earlier video, but he says in earlier movies he can see 1,000 souls. There's so many things hinting at it now, especially now with this movie and this new adaptation that we noticed that the eye kind of shows, hey, you're being affected by this stone. Now, my question is, what has happened to Heimdall for the fact that, it's the guy that looks just like him, has an orange eye, but now he has long hair. He's not dressed like Heimdall.
What I'm thinking it has to be when Hela takes over Asgard. It's one of those things, maybe he just flees. He just flees because he knows if I get caught and they realize I have the soul stone, things aren't going to be good.
Could be, but the question is why the long hair all of a sudden? Like when we last
Maybe
saw
he could
him,
be in like exile.
it could be. The other thing I was gonna say, I like you that you brought up exile because Loki took over as Odin, and at the end of what we saw in Thor Ragnarok, he had betrayed Asgard.
Dark Worlds. We haven't seen Ragnarok yet.
You're right. Ragnarok's
Dark
coming
Worlds.
out. The Dark World.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you.
I got you.
In the Dark World, we see that he betrayed Asgard or treason. So maybe Loki exiled him, or
Maybe.
at one point he's in a jail cell, his hair's growing out, all this kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see what happens with that as well.
Plus, you got to think of this. With this movie, time will be interesting because the kind of arc that we're looking towards is Thor comes back to Asgard.
Yes.
Asgard gets taken by Hela. Hela banishes him, or he somehow gets to Sakaar.
Yeah.
Maybe Loki brings him there because Loki's with the Grandmaster at the end.
Another plan, just like in Dark World.
Well, maybe it's one of those things where Hela and Loki are working together at the beginning, and Hela's like, "How do we get rid of him?" And Loki goes, "Don't worry, I got it."
Yeah.
And they bring him to Sakaar, or maybe no, I got what it is. Let's rewind this shit. And what we are gonna do is what you didn't think.
I didn't
that
realize you
phase
can
you?
actually rewind this.
Yeah, I just did.
I'm just sorry.
Boom.
I'm getting used to
Mind
it.
blown.
No, I'm just trying to get used to the being rewound.
Did it feel weird to be
A
rewound?
little bit.
A little bit. But
Yeah.
the one thing that now we're going to do, since now we have rewound that, is we are going to, instead of, this is after Loki and Hela break.
Yeah.
Loki needs to find Thor to take back Asgard. Kaboom. That's how he gets to Sakaar. Sakaar?
Sakaar.
Sakaar.
Not Cigar.
Kaboom. Then he's working with the Grandmaster. Grandmaster goes, wait a second, he's got to fight our Incredible Hulk. That gets them together. Then they go find Odin. Then they defeat Hela.
I'm gonna throw just a little bit of tinkering in there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a little bit of "you're wrong" in there.
I'm gonna tinker with yours just a hair. What if? Because remember, when we see that scene, it's more like an alleyway in Manhattan or something when Thor fights Hela. So maybe they have to go and find Odin because Odin's the only one that can set this right.
Or maybe that's where Thor is talking to Doctor Strange
to find Odin, because Odin, like I'm saying, Odin's probably the only one that can set this right.
Was Doctor Strange in Manhattan? Was that where he was?
Yeah, he's in. Basically, everything happens in New York, Ricky.
Okay, true.
Safest bet if it comes to Marvel, it's New York.
Peter Parker's in Queens, right?
New York.
He's in Queens.
Yes.
And Captain's from the Bronx.
From Brooklyn.
Where you from, kid? I'm from Queens, Brooklyn. little Yankees and Mets going on.
That's
there.
your thing right there.
Well, just so you know, Johnny, Yankees are in the Bronx, and then the Mets are in Queens.
Okay.
That's where they're located in New York.
I'll take your word for it.
Got to teach Johnny when you got the chance. But I'm gonna fast forward.
Yeah,
this.
let's go back.
What's going on with the Hulk? What do you think's gonna happen with the Hulk in this? Is it just gonna be him on Sakaar, or is he actually going to come back to the Avengers for Infinity War?
I think we're going to get him back to the Avengers for Infinity Wars because there's been things around the internet saying that, you know what, it's going to be kind of like a buddy trip. And they're going to...
buddy road trip between Thor and
you know
Hulk.
what? Why wouldn't maybe Thor, because we get a little bit of Bruce Banner of it. We get a lot. What they say is we're getting a lot more Hulk, but we're getting some Bruce Banner. And there's even the scene where they're talking to each other in the hallway. Maybe he convinces to say, "Hey, I really need your help taking Asgard back, and then we really need your help on Earth. We're gonna have these problems with the Infinity Stones. We're gonna have this problem with Thanos." Because Thor seems like he knows a lot more than everyone else.
Well, because Thor had that kind of
vision.
dream, and then said, "I gotta get the fuck out of here," and boom.
Yeah,
vanished.
he just disappears. Yeah, I think he had a vision more than anyone else had. Just flashback. Who else? Thor, Hulk himself had the rage dream of whatever. I'm actually really interested in what happened with that one. That's a side note.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna get him.
Tony Stark had the flash forward to everyone being dead.
Exactly. He's the only other one that had kind of like a vision of the future. But I'm really intrigued to see. I should say this. I think we are going to get Hulk coming back with him. Thor's going to talk him into it. So we're going to almost get a team up of Loki, Hulk, Thor, and Odin to take back Asgard, along with Doctor Strange.
That's where your song comes in. That's where your song comes in, Johnny. But continue.
No, yeah. So I think we're going to get this 4, maybe 5. I don't know how much Doctor Strange we're going to get. If it's just going to help him
and that's
find
the thing.
Odin or what.
I know that me and you were watching a YouTube video where they said that, they put the Doctor Strange Thor thing at the end of the Doctor Strange movie because they thought it kind of was weird for it to happen. They were going to have it in the Thor movie, thought it worked better at the end of Doctor Strange. And the question is, are they going to expand on that? Will they expand on that little meeting between him and Strange, or will it just be them finding Odin and they don't even flash to that because we already know that he talked to Strange?
We may not have that actual meeting up and talking about it, but I think we're, because there are scenes, and if you look around the internet, there's scenes of them walking around New York with each other, looking for Odin and working with each other. So we're going to get I feel like we're going to get some Doctor Strange, at least on Earth, helping find Odin. It's some way or another. But now, what's going to happen after that? I don't think we're going to get a lot of Doctor Strange helping in Asgard because he's got Earth to protect and everything of the magical realms. So, I mean, either way, we still got this cool 4-person lineup to take back Asgard, plus whoever else, if they find Heimdall, or if they're even going to look for Heimdall for that. If there's any Valkyries left, because we get some stuff with the Valkyries, and like you were saying to me earlier today, the Valkyries have a history with Hela because they both want souls. One wants to take
one is guiding souls, and then the other
Valhalla,
and the others want to take the souls.
Yes. Well, yeah, the Valkyries like to guide any souls that have fought in battle and died in battle even, and bring them up to Valhalla, where Hela just wants all souls.
Yeah.
Because she wants to amass this army of souls that she can have.
Now, here's the question I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
Is leading into Thor Ragnarok, we are going to have 2 post-credit scenes. We're going to have Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the one movie I look at and I go, how is their post-credit? Where is theirs going to go? Because they can go in a numerous way of directions with that. Then we have the Spider-Man Homecoming. I think that they would leave that post-credit scene to Spider-Man. Kind of like one of those, unless they have 2. But there's going to be one that pertains to Spider-Man and how he links into the Infinity Wars.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one because it's almost hard to tie that in together.
But then the only ones we have after Thor Ragnarok, which is after Spider-Man Homecoming, the only movie we have left before Infinity Wars is Black Panther in February.
Yeah.
So we'll have Thor will be November 3rd. So that'll be November. And then it's Black Panther in February. And then boom, Infinity Wars Part 1 in May.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they're going to incorporate Spider-Man Homecoming. You saying an after credit for Spider-Man Homecoming?
What?
Wait, say this again.
So for Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yes.
I think their post-credit scene is going to be about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And whatever happens in Spider-Man Homecoming, something that basically ties him to Infinity War.
Yeah.
Then I'm just throwing out there that basically after that, the only after credit scene that we have after Thor for Infinity Wars is Black Panther. So if you're going to have an after credit scene, is this the movie where we're going to have it? Because we're going to have a Soul Stone probably in this movie. Is this the one where we see that after credit scene that goes, fuck yeah, can't wait till next May?
Oh, yeah. It's either this or Guardians because they're the only two that can tie in that well with Infinity Wars because you can't really do it with Spider-Man and you can't really do it with Black Panther because they're just Earth related. Now we have, this could be the reason they went so like space with Thor is so they can actually tie that one in because you kind of need a way to tie in Guardians with the Avengers somehow. We need to get something in there to tie them all, unless they're just going to somehow meet up and make the team in Infinity Wars. You need to have
unless they never meet at all.
That's true, but I think
because Guardians of the Galaxy, they are in the galaxy.
Yeah,
they're not necessarily anywhere near Earth.
But all in all, everyone is going to go toe to toe or head to head with Thanos. You got the Guardians fighting Thanos. You're going to have the Avengers fighting Thanos.
You got Nebula and Gamora, who are the
sisters
daughters
and daughters.
Thanos.
Yeah.
So that you got to tie them in that sense. You can't leave the Guardians out and leave Nebula and Gamora out of a movie that has their father in it.
Exactly. And the thing would be, if we're not gonna get Adam Warlock or one of these other characters, we could. We totally could. Let me throw this out there before we go into that tangent.
Oh, we totally could.
If we don't get him or anything else, we're gonna need this huge group to take on one of the most powerful beings in the universe,
which is Thanos.
Thanos, yes. We're going to need a large group because look what happened with the Avengers fighting Ultron or fighting a Chitauri attack. They kind of scraped.
They did it.
They kind of like scraped the edge of getting it done. What's going to happen if they go toe to toe to Thanos and don't have that extra help?
And they just get demolished.
Yeah, especially without Thor or the Hulk at this moment.
Yeah, I can.
So that's why I say we're going to have them kind of come back. Thanos sees Hulk as really the only true enemy to him this is more of a comic book thing because of Hulk's immense strength. Yeah. He's the only one that can probably go toe to toe with Thanos on a physical hand-to-hand combat level. And
the one thing I'm glad you brought up Adam Warlock because I'm going to throw in a comment that we actually got on a past video of ours when we talked about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Michael Rosenbaum's character theory. We have a comment from Manuel Garcia who says, and I quote, "If you look at the Legend action figures that came out in early 2017, these actors are either Darkhawk, Vance Astro, or they can be the same character, Adam Warlock and Magus, which is evil Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that last part, and I even commented back, I would love to see Adam Warlock. I don't know if we'll get him, but I'd love to.
I would too.
I thought of that comment when you said, hey, we might get Adam Warlock.
Yeah, and you know what? We're going to have Infinity Wars Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a Part 2. Mm-hmm. We don't need Adam Warlock up until Part 2, if we're going to even have him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with Avengers, and especially if you Avengers and Guardians, we may just get this thing is where the two groups combine and finally defeat him.
We're the two best groups that anybody can have.
We're the two best groups that
anybody can have.
But back to our
okay, Alan, you sit in your corner, Alan.
If we're gonna go storyline with the comic books, at least I know we do it loosely. But if we're gonna do that, we're gonna need Adam Warlock or someone else, because those are the ones that we have that defeat Thanos. They take the Infinity Gauntlet. The only person, and I was reading some stuff before, the only human that has ever had the Infinity Gauntlet was Tony Stark in the comic books. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think they do that either. I don't think this guy is getting the Infinity Gauntlet.
He's not responsible enough.
I don't think we're going to see this with the Infinity Gauntlet.
No, I think he's not responsible enough for that.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so either. But let's wrap this up. Any last thoughts on Thor Ragnarok? Since that's what we started
I'm just super excited. The colors, just how
I can't wait.
And you know what? I want to throw one more thing out there.
Go ahead.
How it started. Yeah, that's me, Thor Odinson. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah, the record scratch.
Yeah, that was just he almost purposely set it up like that.
Yeah,
just to like get that meme out there, because I found it the other day. Record scratch.
That's got to be right before Hela kind of banishes him off to Sakaar. But we're gonna turn it on to you guys now. Let us know what you guys thought about the trailer. What do you think about Thor Ragnarok? And what do you think is gonna happen in the movie? If you haven't seen the trailer down below in the description, like always. But leave us that comment down below.
I don't know about this, Rick.
Just do it, Morty.
Thank you for watching the most valuable podcast video. If you want to watch more of them, just watch them right here. And thank you for watching.